And it can be really personal. It's like some people like thinking about it in terms of choreography and dancing it. Like that's also totally valid. Go on, what else? How do you think about what you're doing on stage?
I think, yeah, feeling comfortable in your own skin on stage, because
Yeah.
it's sort of, it's a huge thing, and we forget that, you know, we're under lights and there's every eye on the house is on you, and you just have to find sort of stances and things that are appropriate to the character, and that don't feel alien to you in your body, no matter what sort of body shape or how used you are to performing. So I'd like to get more confident personally at feeling like I can just be very fluid and adopt whatever the director is asking me to do.
Yeah. Great. Yes, that's why I couldn't perform, I think. I was not I felt like very, very self-conscious when people watched me on stage. So I have such respect. And I think it's also linked, well, you know, all these things are linked up because if you're feeling self-conscious, you can't really be honest and truthful, can you? You feel like you're very self-aware and so on. I also, and then not to explode your minds too early, but I think that's also linked to what Jake was saying. If you know what you're doing on stage, if you know what you're trying to play, that helps you feel more at home in your own body, and that can help you be more honest as well. So I think those things are linked, because if you think about what's the right stance and what's the right pose and what's the director asked me to do, that can lead to quite a lot of self-conscious thinking. Like if you were on a job interview or a date or something and you wanted to impress someone and you thought about what poses you were sort of sitting at the dinner table or whatever, that probably wouldn't make you look your best or your most confident or your most charming or something. So I think that's the same thing. So how we can slightly start to find the ways of being comfortable and honest through thinking about what we're doing from kind of the inside out.
Yeah, I think just to add to that, one of the challenges that Jake and I probably will come into contact with a lot is the classic like young people playing older people, and that's one of the places where I often end up thinking like, how would an older person stand? How would this, that, and the other, and that probably, like you said, makes it more of a thinking game rather than a feeling game or whatever. That's one of the challenges I find anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's also a particular opera challenge because people get cast by voice rather than by kind of physical type much more in the opera world. You know, if you go to the National, you probably don't have 20-year-olds playing the grandfathers, whereas, you know, lots of the smaller opera companies probably can't afford or find people wanting to do those older roles.
Yeah.
So I hear you, it's tricky. I think what I try and say to you is that you can still be honest at scale. And you guys know that because you're opera singers, and opera is about honesty at scale. So no one would pretend that opera singing is normal or natural or like everyday lifey. But you can still sing a top F in a way that actually feels very truthful and real, even though it's like a weirdly technical and artistic thing. And I do think, although it's hard, you can be in a big physical character, being like, I'm an old man, and be truthful too. Although I get you, it's...